a general guidance reading as always. So I'm trying to adjust this because, okay. All right, greetings, you guys. So I wanted to do a general guidance reading just, just to pick up on this energy that I've been feeling. And it's a beautiful energy, actually. I had this dream, I guess, Saturday night into Sunday morning, I guess. I don't know. So I had this dream, and it kind of was like, I can't really describe it, but like what I got from the dream, it's pretty much like childlike energy, being in that childlike state, and how much lighter it is, how much at peace you are when you're in this childlike state. It's like not a place of like being naive, but it's like a place of freedom. It's a place of joy. It's light energy. Like you don't feel this heaviness. You're not worn down by certain things. And in the dream, it was like different adults. And it was kind of like Spirit was showing me, like on video games, how they show you like your points level or your strength level on games or something like that. But it was more so based off of like wiping yourself clean of like those heavy energies, and the more lighter the percentage or the lower the percentage was, the more clear, the more in your childlike energy or essence you were in, because that lower percentage represented like pretty much what's left of like that heavy energy. So some of you guys might be literally feeling lighter, more in your inner child, more joy filled, or I mean, I feel like when you're in your spirit self, like that childlike energy, it's pure. It's the pure essence of everything. It's very powerful energy too. It's a powerful manifestation tool. Um, I wouldn't say tool, but the reason why children's energy is so like sought after by dark energies and things like that is because of its power and its pureness, its light. If you guys ever like noticed in the movie Hocus Pocus how the witches, they were, trying to abduct so many children is so that they can have that youthfulness, so that they could live longer. So that childlike energy, it is a powerful source. And when you tap into it yourself, it's also very powerful as well. But it's a loving energy. It's a connection to your creator that is above anything else, if that makes sense. It's just a complete relief and trust, even in the midst of like trying things. Like as human, as adults, we have responsibilities. Um, we have things that we grow through that are very challenging, but it's like the more and more you get in that energy where you don't worry, especially in these times, it's a warfare, it's a heavy warfare going on right now, a lot of things happening, and it's ridiculous, crazy, but you could stay and withstand the storm. You cannot enter the kingdom unless you come as a child, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got from that dream. Try my best to explain it, but let's see what the energies are surrounding this collective, this energy. Let's see. Holy Spirit, cover this reading with divine protection, divine light, divine love, divine truth. Any trickster spirits, lying spirits, we block you, we bind you. Any demonic forces, false guidance, false prophecies, we bind you, block you from coming into this reading. We put a shield around this reading. That Archangel Michael guard the gates, guard the divine gates, portals, dimensions. During the time of this message, this reading, we cover ourselves so that nothing foreign, any lower vibrational energies or spirits latch onto us as we tap into these messages of the reading. latch on to us nor in our environments. Cast down all false imaginations, false truths, false guidances. I bind my tongue from any foolishness, lies, hearsays, confusion. We bind it, we block, and we loosen energy of joy, clarity, truth, divine truth, that which is meant for those who are meant to receive it. Amen. All right, cards is flying out everywhere. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. No more shuffling. I want to use these oracle cards too, Holy Spirit. For this particular collective, Holy Spirit, that we're tapping into, this energy, that's going to be of divine usage and service, help, healing, of the highest good, best interests, of love, abundance, truth, joy, stability, peace that surpasses all understanding, divine direction. Okay. The Eye of Horus. Okay. Some of you guys, your clairvoyance is off the charts, or you guys have a stronger gift in clairvoyance, but your intuition is pretty and heightened right now. Some of you guys might be focusing on clearing your crown chakras and your third eye chakras, your pineal gland. It's a strong vision and dream time, dream realms that you're having. So some of you guys may be having some significant dreams surrounding the inner child as well. But during this age and time that we're in, dreams are going to be very, very important, very potent, very strong. Yeah, I'm getting something with the crown chakra and the third eye. Some of you guys could be Sagittarius. I want to see what the book says about the symbol. Okay, the Eye of Horus, it says, obviously we know it's an Egyptian, ancient Kemet symbol. It says Horus was a powerful Egyptian god whose watchful eyes helped to identify and right misdeeds. The Eye of Horus was a talisman used to ward off evil and grant safe passage to the afterlife. It was also a symbol of protection, healing, and restoration. When this card appears, you are on the right path. The Eye of Horus remains watchful, helping you to see clearly and granting you safe passage in your quest. Are you currently engaged in a big project? Now is the time to push forward and finish it. You have the pathway cleared for that final action to pave the way to success. Yeah, so you guys are being divinely protected. For those of you that, and I'm not speaking on people that are out doing harm to people, because the card clearly says that this symbol, Horus, doesn't deal with misdeeds. Okay, sheds light on misdeeds, does not promote it. So if you're running around wreaking havoc in people's lives and intentionally out to harm or hurt people, I'm not talking about you. Okay, for those of you that may be dealing with spiritual attacks right now, you are spiritually protected. Something just tried to cut my throat chakra off where I was reading, and you know, I don't like that, so I'm gonna cleanse the energies out too. But there is a divine protection surrounding you guys, a psychic protection, but I would say do your diligence with protecting your energy. When it comes to your crown chakra, you must cover your head at all times, especially when you're doing spiritual work. Before you go to bed, you can set intentions to, whether it's prayer and affirmations, to cover your head, cover your crown. Your spiritual sight for safe dream time, dream space. Salt water underneath your bed is a good technique to absorb any negative energy around you. Something's trying to cut me off from speaking. Negativity. surrounding you. Any negative energy, preventing that from attaching itself to you while you're asleep. You can cover your head with head wraps at night if that's something that's cultural to you, you know. If not, I would say if you feel led to, divinely led to, cover your crown chakra. I would prefer like white cloth. Anytime you're doing any type of spiritual work, cover your head always, whether that's physically with a cloth, a wrap, a scarf, something that's white in particular. Um, Anoint your head with olive oil. Pray over your oil. Anoint your head. You can anoint your head with Florida water, really. Florida water. Um, Other oil. There's other oils that I use, but one I would say most definitely olive oil, Florida water. You can use to cover your head, your crown. If you're doing any type of spiritual cleansing, you can do a head wash. You guys can look into that. But I would say do your research with everything before you just go ahead and just do some stuff, okay? You need to know where you're at as far as like why are you being spiritually attacked and all of that. Um where is the energy coming from? If you're having nightmares, tap into the energy of it. Is it something is showing you some type of fear that needs to be healed or addressed, or is it something in your dreams that is giving you a heads up that you need to protect yourself before you go to bed? Crystals can be of a good use. I would always suggest some type of black stone underneath your pillow or by your bed. I don't always do a good job of this, but don't sleep with any technology like phones, tablets, iPads, whatever, in the same proximity of you sleeping. Like you always want to put it either like in the level of like underneath you, something that's not at the same level of where your body is at, if that makes sense. So if your bed is right here, like put your phones on some type of shelf or somewhere else where it's not in your direct energy, if that makes sense. It's what is the name of that stone? It's good for protecting against shungite. I almost want to say like Shango, but it's not. But similar. But it's it starts with the S. Shungite would be good. Trying to remember what else. Yeah, I would say, just do your diligence. You could wear the Eye of Horus yourself, or you could wear an evil eye. It could be a bracelet. It could be a necklace. But I feel like spiritual protection and hygiene is the thing every day. Just in any other spirituality, you pray for wellness and health and good energy, positive energy. You want to do the same. And if you do spiritual work, I'm sure you know, or if you don't know that, gotta take care of yourself. You have to have healthy, firm boundaries when it comes to the things, people that you allow in your space, people that you're doing work for, whether you should or you shouldn't, if you're in the space to, if you're not, if you're in an energy where you don't feel up to it, or your energy feels weak, or you feel low, you shouldn't really be doing any spiritual work for anyone else, allowing any energies into your space. You just gotta be diligent with your energy, especially when you work with people. You gotta keep up with your spiritual hygiene and cleanse your energies, protect your energy field as you're doing certain things, readings, whatever, if those energies aren't latching on to you. Okay. Five of Cups, King of Swords, Eight of Cups. I did not want to make this type of reading. Some of you guys might be having some nightmares about some type of disappointing energies or something. There's an air sign masculine energy that might be sending you, sending some type of negative energy towards you. through some type of thought or some type of word curses or affirmations or negative, I wouldn't even call them prayers, but like, yeah, praying against you in a negative way. Because I'm looking at this King of Swords and he's looking towards this Five of Cups. This woman is almost like tormented by these images. So you guys could be having like nightmares and negative dreams or fears of losing something, loss, something being sabotaged, some type of embarrassment. For some of you, take it. If this resonates with you, you'll know. If it's not for you, then just completely ignore this. But it's kind of like fearing that something is going to not work out for you. Could be like you're having these random, if it's not dreams, you're having these random visions come to you of like fears of things happening or not happening for you, paranoia, despair, something to make you give up hope, make you feel like you can't do something. This might be somebody with the Eight of Cups that they don't want you to like leave, or maybe you like walked away from somebody. You could have cut somebody off. I'm getting a strong masculine energy, specifically like an air sign masculine, but it could be like if you just broke up with someone, or you're walking away, or you're thinking about walking away, this person could be like manipulating you, mentally manipulating you, or verbally abusing you, or manipulating you, maybe even emotionally, so that you don't leave them. This could be a Pisces or a Cancer too person, or you could be like, this person is like not wanting you to leave, or this is like somebody that maybe you don't even know who this person is, or you don't have any dealings with this person romantically. This person does not want you to like be happy or move on. Someone could be wanting to leave a relationship or leave a situation, or just wanting to move forward in life and not know why they feel stuck, whether stuck in a situation with someone or just like stuck in life or dealing with those types of thoughts. And it's because of this King of Swords energy. Clarify this King of Swords. Clarify this King of Swords. Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is someone, Three of Swords, the Hermit. This person is cloaked, or they are hiding, or you don't see the fact that this person is doing this behind your back, or that they're really this calculated. The Ace of Swords is like someone, or the Ace of Cups, sorry, the Ace of Cups being here. This is someone that you may have planted seeds with, emotionally invested in this person. Or this is someone that wanted love with you, or wanted to offer you love, or offer you a cup of love, or they did offer you a cup of love. Someone's moving past this or wants to move past this, but it's this feeling of being mentally conflicted or stuck. Either it's like this fear of leaving somebody that you're already in relationship with. It could be someone verbally abusive. If they're not an air sign, they could be very verbally abusive, either or, if they are an air sign or not, I feel like. But this King of Swords, I feel like, is somebody that is dealing with mental manipulation and verbal manipulation, or some type of magic, some type of spell casting. Three of Swords is like, this is someone that broke your heart or hurt you, or has damaged you emotionally, heavy trauma, or this is someone that, again, does not want you to be happy. The Devil card is at the bottom of that card. Your independence scares this person. This is someone that's very devilish, very evil, wicked person. It's like they're trying to block you from moving on. So if you look at the cards in this way, it's like this woman is in this deep torment, having these hallucinations or paranoia or bad dreams, just fears of worst case scenario. And this King of Swords is like blocking them from moving on and sailing away. That's what I get from this. If you don't have any dealings with someone, this could be an ex, or if it's not anyone that you're dealing with romantically, this could just be someone that you decided not to build with, not to be in a relationship with, not to work with, not to be friends with, no longer sleep with, whatever, work for. Some type of like, I'm going to make you pay. This could very well be like, you don't have to be a woman for this to resonate with you. You could be a man and be dealing with someone like this. It's very manipulative, trying to keep you stuck or keep you trapped. It's like some type of karmic person. Like, this person, the fruits that they bear are not good. They're rotten fruits. And they want to make sure that they destroy you before you create any type of abundance. This is that type of sick person. The Nine of Pentacles, again, your independence, you nurturing and focusing on yourself really bothers this person. Or that would be like the worst case scenario for you, is to gain independence or to honor your power, for you to be happy or for you to be successful. This person would be upset. This is a devil. It's an evil person. This is someone maybe that you have lived with, or someone that you wanted to have a home with, or someone that wanted to have a home with you, or maybe you guys live in the same hometown or are from the same hometown. I'm hearing some negative stuff. I don't even want to repeat it, but it's like they like when they think about you, when they talk about you, they like, it's very harsh. I heard the B word, like B, or this person's so stupid. I'm sorry. They're sick. They're very sick. Like, this is like those toxic masculines. It could be a feminine energy that's doing this too. That has or a woman that's very masculine in nature, but they use harsh words. They like cuss you out. They talk about you. It's like word curses. Your strength really pisses them off. Your transformation really pisses them off, or it will piss them off. This is somebody that has a disdain or hatred for women. So whether this is a man or a woman, they might have a bad relationship with their own mother. But they, in truth, they really hate women. They don't have a healthy relationship with them. This is like a weak link. This is a weak man, a weak woman, where they don't want to see other people be happy, or women happy. They might have like a sick perception of women. They're supposed to be docile. They could be, you know, if you're my wife, then I can tell you what to do. I can demand to have sex with you whenever I want. Or if I want you to cook and clean, you better do it. Or if you're doing something out of the line, then I have the right to put my hands on you. This is that type of person. They're very sick. They might be drawn to people that they feel like are meek. They might be drawn to people that don't like drama, or they don't like to fight, so it's easy for them to pick on those type of people. They have like this false sense of dictatorship, like they're a dictator. They have a false sense of that. They're very hateful. This person might be jealous of you. It's very possible, even if it's a man, that they can be jealous of a woman. There are men like this. I get Ike Turner vibes from this person. They're like Ike Turner. Like they might glorify you to a certain extent, as long as it suits them, as long as it makes them feel comfortable and secure, it makes them look good. But any point that you might, you know, so-called look like you're doing better than them, or you're above them, or let's say you get a better job or higher paying job than them or something, even if they benefit off of you living with them, or them living off of you, they'll still be jealous of you, and they'll like throw it in your face like, oh, you think you this, blah blah blah. This is a narcissist, but they're a demon though. It's more like a demonic energy. They're more hateful. This is a love bomber. Like, they'll love bomb you in the beginning and say you're beautiful or you're handsome or, oh, you're so gifted, you're talented, or, oh, I want you to be my wife one day, or I want you to be my husband, or you would be a you would be a good parent. You would be a good father, good mother. You would be such a this and that. But it's like, it's all to love bomb you. It's all to trick you into their little game, like to pull you and drag you in. And then once they got you, they will get in your head and make you feel like you're nothing, like you're not good enough, you're not beautiful, you're not handsome. They'll start to dig their heels in you. And this could even be a friend. Doesn't have to be romantic. This could be like a false friend. They they love you as long as they can benefit off of you, or they'll praise you and all of that as long as you're not in a position where they feel like you're better or you're above them in any type of way, or you're more successful than them. This is the type of energy that I get from these types of people. Someone here is using strong mind magic, and their tactic is to get you and keep you stuck in your head. You have to be careful with these types of people, and like, watch out for them. This is the type of person that you can mistake them having your best interests too. Some of them, not all of them. It's kind of like you can look at this person and be like, okay, they're wise, they know what they're doing, they know what they're talking about. Or they could even be someone that is in a high position, and you would never think that this person is like this. Or you're afraid because it's their word against mine type thing. Like, this person is of a higher stature, so who's going to believe me versus this person? How am I ever going to get away or leave? Because people are going to look at them like, oh, he or she looks good on paper, or he or she is a CEO, or he or she is a good mother, good father. Who's going to believe them over me type of thing. I get that movie with J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, Enough. Yeah, some of you guys like, I want to sell on, I want to move away. You are divinely protected. You have some type of divine being. It's not your divine creator, of course. Something or someone is watching you. And I feel like you guys are going to be free from this. You guys have a resilience about you. But yeah, this is a karmic cycle. Maybe this person represents one of many people that you're used to attracting in your life. And I feel like you've kept yourself capsulated in this. It's like you've been stuck in some type of shell, kind of silenced yourself, played the role how people perceive you, or perceive you should be playing a role. And someone's coming out of that shell. Like, this shell is to be broken. There's something with the number 7, because you have number 25, 6, 7, and then you have 7 here. So 7 is the crown chakra, but it also represents the completion of something, 7 days to create something. So you guys are going through a cycle of where you're about to birth yourselves out, where you're finished with your divine creation, which is you, your new beginning. Out of a cycle, no longer going round and around. You're coming out of a shell that you've been in for so long, and that you've allowed other people to put you in. And some of you guys might want to take a spiritual bath to cleanse yourself. I would also ask Spirit to give you divine direction right now. Where should I be placing my focus right now, so that I can move in that direction and break that bind off of you that keeps you stuck and conflicted and in despair and feeling like you can't move or you don't know which way to go. Remove that spirit of confusion off of you. That mental block that keeps you stuck in a glass ceiling that doesn't exist. This is an illusion. Someone has painted an illusion for far too long over you. They think that they have leverage over you. There's blessings in abundance, milk and honey that await you. You need to get out of this cycle. I keep picking up energies of cycles. There's a lot of stories of people that have dealt with toxic karmic partnerships. And because or for whatever reason, bad choices or decisions doesn't end well for them. But Spirit is giving you divine direction that you cannot allow your fears to keep you strapped, stuck, restricted, binded, because it's an illusion. This person might have said something, it's like a word curse. They talk to you directly, may have said things to make you think that you can't walk away. Very blatant things that they've said that are very damaging and abusive, but for some it's underhanded stuff like, oh, we're going to be together forever, or oh, we're meant to be. But there's still a toxic aspect of this person that you're aware of, and it's just like, well, wait a minute, this person is toxic, but then they do give me good advice, or they do help me, but there's a quality, or they were nice, or maybe they're just really hurt, or maybe it's because they've gone through, like, no. Your intuition feels and knows something is off. You can't be confused. You see all these clouds around this king? There's a lot of confusion surrounding this. It's not just this person doesn't want you to get free. It's that devil in them that doesn't want you to be free. They don't have the power to take anything from you other than what you give to them. This person might have like a God complex or something. It's almost like, okay, this person, I feel like they kind of laugh at the thought of you being stuck. They laugh at the thought of you being confused, conflicted, feeling in despair. This is a narcissist. But like I said, they're a demon, though. They're devilish. They get off to the fact that you feel stuck, you feel confused, that, oh, you can't do anything about it. Like, nobody's going to believe you, or blah, blah, blah. This person, they're being found out, though. Like, you can't do this forever. You guys are going to gain your clarity again. I feel there's something with water. So this person, they do a lot of stuff against your crown chakra. Like they tend to, because if they can shut your mind down, or if they can cloud your judgment, or because the mind is a battlefield. So if they can get in your mind, then they can stop the flow of everything else for you. Because the crown is, the highest, connect to the divine source energy, that your crown, your mind. So that is why they're attacking your mind. And they're creating, if they can, because what we create, a thought starts to become a feeling, and the feeling creates an action, and so on and so forth, and the action creates the manifestation of something. It plays it out in the physical. So if this person can get you to think certain negative things, oh, I'm never going to be, or I'm never going to be happy, or it's never going to happen, or oh, blah, 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 or they can lie to you and tell you, oh, you ain't beautiful, you ain't shit, or you're not handsome, oh, you're never going to be this. If they can get you to believe that through their word curses, then it's like they can get it into your mind enough, you'll create it and you'll sabotage yourself. That's what they want for you. Especially if you're in the wilderness, spiritually and metaphorically, what that means is when you're in that place of purging and releasing, going through your healing process, where it's just you and God, and you might not feel like there's a creator or God around you, or you feel like you're completely alone, or you're isolated. In that time, that's when the devil tried to tempt Jesus when he was in the wilderness, and tempted him to give him everything if he would just bow. So if this person can tempt you to believe, like, okay, if you stay at this job, oh, if you stay in this relationship, this friendship, this family dynamic, or whatever, or if you give in to me in any kind of way, you'll have the life that you want. And that's what they want you to give in and to believe in, because what is for you is going to pass you by, and it's not going to come with some type of demonic price to it. And this person, they are a demonic, karmic something, karmic debt. They're trying to get you caught up in their karmic cycle or something. That's what I'm getting. Like, they are karmic themselves. They are demonic. So if they can trick you into giving away all of your birthright, all of the blessings that await you after you leave this Eight of Cups energy, you emotionally detach from all of this stuff, this empty cups, you're on to your Nine of Cups. So whatever this person over here is doing, it's an illusion. It's magic. It's mind tricks. It's an illusion. They're mind playing you. Don't tell anybody else your business either. Don't tell them what your heartache is right now. Don't tell them what your struggle. Keep your business to yourself. Don't tell nobody nothing going on with you right now. Especially this person, they don't need to know that. If you're growing through something or you're hurting right now, don't give them the glory of even thinking that their little shit is working. Don't even do it. Excuse my language, but don't even give this person the satisfaction of knowing that you are depressed or that you feel despair or that you went through something hurtful. Don't even give them that, because I won't say that they're the complete cause of it, but it's like in their mind, oh, ha, 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 that's what you get. It's working. This person is a piece of shit. They're hateful. They're evil. The only reason why there's a fraction or a fragment of what they got sending out to you is working is because you're laying down. You're not up. You're not moving. You got to push yourself out of this. You got to pop that bubble of illusion. This is an illusion. It's not real. It's mind tricks. It's mind manipulation and magic and word curses that they've put on you. This person knows that you're transforming, or that they see your transformation, they see your potential, they see your blessing before you even see it. There's a butterfly at the tip of this King of Swords sword. They know that you have something that you're destined for, or they know that there's some type of birth happening in you and they're trying to sabotage it. They're trying to stop you from moving or birthing yourself out. The best way to overcome this energy is to rise up in positive energy. Pick yourself up. Love yourself. Know who you are. And if you feel like you can't find that, well, you better connect with God and ask Creator, Divine Creator, who am I? Who did you call me to be? This is not my life. This is not true. This is an illusion. Show me who's for me. Spirit will show you. Remove the people that aren't for me. Get them out of here. And please give me the obedience and the discernment to move on that and really trust and stand on that. And not to play ignorant or blind to that truth. And if you clearly know that this person is an enemy, because that's what they really are, they don't have your best interests. You see the enemy for who they are and you act accordingly. This person is an enemy. So why would I believe anything that comes out of this person's mouth? Why would I even trust this person? Why would I even give my power away to a person that is an enemy? They're working against me. They're not working with me. So who are you? Take away their power right there. Know the weapon that's formed. Because some type of way the only reason why that bubble exists is because you believe the illusion some kind of way. You gave into it a little bit. That this person has some type of power over you when they really don't. Only what you gave to them. They wouldn't be able to float on this cloud unless you gave them that power and put them in the seat of that authority, of that power, that godlike energy. They're not your God. Take that person out of that seat right now. Like, who are they? And the way you do that is you live a life that's opposite and contrary to that lie that they told you. For you. Not for anybody else. For you. They didn't create you. They didn't give you your purpose. They didn't birth you. And even if they are the person that birthed you, they only birthed you because you were destined to be here, and they were just the vessel to push you out. But other than that, they're not your God. They don't have power over you. This person got it twisted. This card might as well should have came out like this in reverse, but everything happens for a divine reason. Combat that energy with light. And if you feel like, because we all fall short, what is it within me that was open to this? And it's from a place of love and compassion, not from a place of judgment and beating yourself up. Oh, well, maybe I should have. Oh, I shouldn't have went out with that person. Oh, I shouldn't have got married. Oh, I shouldn't have dated them. Oh, I shouldn't have. Oh, blah. No. Go back in time to that person that you were, and what within you sided with that. And forgive yourself. Heal that part of yourself. Forgive that part. And go into what that trauma was that identified with this. Don't victim shame yourself. Narcissists do that enough. But ask yourself, okay, at the time I was lonely. I just wanted a man, or I just wanted a woman, or I didn't want to, I was getting older and everybody else around me is married, so I just decided to marry this person. They were cool, but I didn't really feel that with them. Okay, so what part of you felt like you were unworthy? Because that's really a part of feeling unworthy. Or what allowed you to stay in this friendship so long? Well, blah, blah, blah. What allowed you to allow this person to harass you, abuse you? Go into that. It might hurt, it might sting a little bit, but remind yourself of this. Compassion, compassion, compassion. We all learn from our experiences so that we're able to discern better, see things and see people as they are. And one of my biggest lessons is that when people show you who they are, you better believe them. And if you don't have boundaries, things will allow and continue to happen until sometimes it gets worse, or to the point where you can't handle it anymore. But it's better to nip it in the bud as soon as you see it. Oh no, this is not. So that it's not a trouble later in your life. The red flags are always there. But when you're wounded in certain areas, especially if it's an energy of people pleasing, or you're used to always sheltering yourself or hiding yourself or dimming your light, you tend to attract people that seek that light, and they'll play with yours as long as you allow them to. They'll, let me take some of that. Oh, you don't want to own in that power? Let me take some of that. Let me take it. Let me more. Okay, more. Take your power and your light back. The light is in your power. Some of these people might have you in a sleeper, like you don't even want to get up sometimes, or all you do is sleep, or you don't have motivation. This is a demon. That's a demonic person that's like, I don't want this person. The spirit in them, that demon in them is like, so their agenda is to stop you from living your purpose. That's what they want to do. That's their whole purpose, premise, intent will is to stop you from living your purpose. They are demonically assigned to you. This person has the nerve, but it's a spirit working in them, and the only way that they can infiltrate is they have lower vibrational energy, so they're feeding off of yours, and they're feeding off of your vibration, and they're feeding off of your ignorance, your fear, and they're instilling and putting more and more bullshit in your mind. And the best way to break this, again, you got to pick yourself up. And sometimes I'll share this with y'all because I've been through some demonic attacks in my life. A lot, actually, that I wasn't even aware of. And there was moments where like I struggled to motivate myself, because these demons, what they do is they play on your fears. They play on your insecurities. And you'll start to believe them because part of yourself already believes certain insecurities and fears anyway. You've already kind of played into them. So when this person comes, a demon can sense your weakness. And if they're working through a vessel, working through a person, that, you know, that man or that woman, that family member, that so-called friend, so-called family member, whatever, or co-worker or stranger, even sometimes, internet trolls. A lot of content creators deal with internet trolls, and a lot of them are demonically charged, especially those that have been, because I'm noticing a lot of readers complaining about people coming in their comments and trolling them and saying stupid stuff. Demons and Jezebel spirits, they like attention. So what they'll do is they'll like um, try to discredit the content creator or the reader, whatever. They'll try to discredit them, and then they'll mention their own name. So it's kind of like they still want attention at the same time. Like they want to discredit you because, for one, they're jealous of your purpose. They want to stop you, and they want to draw attention to themselves. It's a demonic spirit. So they know your fears. They know your weaknesses, and what they want you to do is give into it. Trick you into acting out. Trick you into kind of getting out of character, you know, so they can say, oh, see, oh, he's phony. Oh, see, she's fake. Oh, see, oh, she's this, there, he's that. You got to be careful at this time because it's a lot of demonically charged people out there. They're wreaking havoc. They're losing it. So if you have insecurities about your mole, or you have insecurities about your stuttering, or you have insecurities about your weight, or you have insecurities about being whatever, I don't know. This this spirit will attack you in the mind off of that. They'll play off of it. So those attacks and stuff like that, it really tried to not motivate, it tried to unmotivate me, disable me, cripple me, stop me. Whether it's through sleeping or whether it's through a thought like, oh no, well, it's not worth it anyway. And like I said, I don't know if some of you guys watched that video, but I had an experience a few times, but this last time that spirit of I don't even want to repeat it. That spirit was trying to convince me like I wasn't worthy of living. I wasn't worthy of being here. There was no purpose for me. Why are you still here? And I got attacked at an early age with that. And when I was pregnant, it was a so-called family member, or not even a family member, a friend of a family. And he liked me, was interested in me, and he was jealous because I was with someone else and I was pregnant. So he was like making it known, oh, I can take better care of you than this guy can. And he would cook for me and stuff when he would come over. And I just told him one time that it just wasn't like that. Like I saw him almost like an uncle. He was too old for me, for one. But I was like, no, I don't see you like that. And he got mad at me and he started basically he went into this, his whole energy was like weird. So that was the spirit talking to him, but started talking about this weird shit with his mom's ghost, her spirit coming to him, and how everybody else around me was chosen and had a purpose. And he was like, but you don't have a purpose. And he started cursing me and my baby, saying my baby was going to give me hell, and because of what you did to your mother, you're going to just suffer. Like, he was trying to curse me. And I remember I ran into my closet and I cried and I called my aunt. She had to pray and talk to me and tell me, you got to protect yourself. And that was way back then, before I knew anything about anything. You got to protect yourself. Spiritually protect myself. Because I didn't realize I was being demonically attacked. So that was an attack that I had even back then, at that young age, my early 20s, that I was being attacked. And then fast forward, numerous accounts, I'm sure readers and content creators have this, where people try to talk you out of your gift and tell you why you're not worthy, or you're shitty. Oh, you need to get off the internet. Oh, you're this, you're that. And some of them will harass you and pursue it so much that they'll try to get you off your track. But the thing is, now, the difference between who I was back then is I know what my calling and my purpose is, and nobody can tell me different. I know what God called me to be, and you can't tell me anything different. Not even a Bible thumper can come and tell me what I'm doing is evil, because I know what God told me I'm supposed to be doing and what God called me and who God called me to be. And you have to get into that space no matter what anybody tells you. Nobody can tell me different. You do have a purpose. For those of you that this resonates with in that divine way, because I know that karmic people and demonically driven people still watch other readings, and for some sick fanatic reason they still watch people's readings. But the chosen people I'm talking to, the divine ones that have a divine purpose to shift the energies in a loving manner, and to help and motivate and uplift and heal people, including yourself. You have a purpose. You have a purpose. A beautiful purpose. Whether it's on a grand scale, in a physical world stage level, or just simply in the spirit realm, that's the best reward. Yeah, all this, recognition and all that, that's cool. But your legacy and what you do in the spiritual sense and the energy that you shift and timelines and other realms and all of that is way far more effective than anything else that this earth can give you. This physical realm can grant you and reward you for. So, and I've said this before too, that your influence could help one person, but that one person can be the person that influenced millions and thousands of people. So you did your job. Even if it was one person that you spoke into, that you ministered to, that you helped heal, that stopped them from whatever was going to take them off their path that was meant to help millions, that's your purpose as well. A part of your purpose, I should say. Because we get caught up on numbers and views, or what fame and all of that. Like, there's famous people that have tons and millions of haters, but they still influence those that are meant to receive it. And not all influence, again, fame is, not all influence is positive, but it's the ones that are positive, there wouldn't be certain artists, poets, entertainers, doctors, whoever, teachers, authors, without some type of motivation, something or someone that motivated them, that planted that seed, and that one book that they were inspired to write reaches and touches millions of people. And then it sparks them on their path and who they are meant to spark and help. So we all have to connect as a divine network, because yeah, there's dark in this world and in the spirit realm, but there's, if not more, the light dominates it. But you can't have light without dark, and vice versa. So it is a warfare between what type of energy you operate in. And when I say darkness, I'm not talking about the power, because some people get it twisted. Like when I'm talking about like dark energy, I'm talking about evil energy, people that are evil, lower vibrational, hateful. That's what I mean by that. And light doesn't always have to represent someone that hasn't had faults, because we all have faults and flaws. And one day, when it's the divine right time, I have a story to tell. I have a lot of stories to tell about my journey and my path and the things that I've experienced. And it wasn't always, it's funny to laugh right now about it. Like, not at all. And I'm sure we all do. But those experiences make us and shape us. That's the light of it, because it's meant to spark and it's meant to inspire, shed light upon things, to raise you up, raise your vibration. It's not foreign to live in a lower vibrational energy or society. That's not our natural state of being. But there's entities that live and thrive off of that. So it's like you got to see it for what it is. And if somebody is a shitty person, or they've given up on life, or they've allowed their traumas to get the best of them, they're more of easier targets to vibrate and operate in that demonic energy. If they're hateful, if all they do is sit around and watch trash TV all day, or they don't take care of themselves, or they might be working with demonic spirits and they're giving their energies to those things, it's going to feed, and it's going to look for other things and people to feed off of. So you have to kind of look at it from a more spiritual eye and see why people operate the way that they operate. One thing is like we've been trained and taught to want to save the beast, be the beauty, be the belle to the beast. And when I say the beast, it doesn't have to be a man per se, but people that are just bitter, they're angry. The beast only softened up because essentially he really wanted to, you know. Belle didn't have to beat a dead horse, because they was beefing in the beginning of the movie. They didn't like each other. Like, they were against each other, kind of in a way. She resented him because he kidnapped her. He kept her hostage. That movie, if you think about it, it's not really that romantic, because it's kind of evil. If you really think about it, even the Disney version, like if you really think about it, like this old mean ass beast kidnapped or held this woman hostage, made her dad suffer, and oh, you can't talk to her, you can't see her, she's no longer your concern, and make her a maid and all this stuff. Like that's some old sick narcissistic shit right there. And then they try to soften it with, oh, they're having a good time, oh, they're playing in the snow together. But she did help that evil motherfucker, to lighten up a little bit. But he was cursed because he had a bad attitude. He was vain, he was narcissistic already anyway. So that's the problem, is that we've been brainwashed to coddle people that don't want to be saved. They want to be in their darkness and they want you to pay for it, and that you give your power away to it, and then you're stuck serving them. Whatever that serving looks like. And it starts off very young most of the time. It starts off as a child. You're used to being a servant to, I have these traumas and I'm going to make this child pay for it. I'm going to beat you up about it. Oh, you didn't have this. You didn't bring home a good grade. Like some kids that might be their story, or their parents never wanted to be around them, or they always had a man, or they were always chasing women, or they chose women over their own children, or they brought, narcissistic men in their home. Or maybe some people grew up without a mother, or their mother was never there. She was always out partying, drinking, whatever. And that resentment might have stuck, that I seek to have that type of nurturing and love, and I'm going to seek it with something outside of myself. Or if you were the child that had to be the parent in the house, you might seek out to be a parent to other people. You attract needy people, codependent people that feel like they're entitled to your assistance. They're entitled to your money. They're entitled to your house, your cars, your time, your ear, and all of that. You gotta protect yourself out here. That's another thing that I'm learning too. Like, some people are so sneaky with it. Sometimes I don't think people really realize, and I've caught myself at times making sure that, I'm not the best person in certain ways. I feel like I could do better. I catch myself, make sure that I'm not projecting my traumas onto people and acting out and being a brat or being an asshole, because it's very easy to, especially when you deal with issues with abandonment. But some people know what they're doing, and it's just like, damn, like, that's really fucked up. And people show you who they are, even if they don't mean to. So usually you'll get a warning of something that's not for you, and that should be your stop right there. Don't go any further. But sometimes we're like, well, I feel it, but I don't know. I don't see it. No, you feel it. It's there. Something there. You might not be able to see it yet, but just trust now that, okay, no. There's no room for shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Either if it, things transpired, it happens. You walked into something. Okay, cool, but you have the means to correct it and move past it. Okay, so long story short, that was a long-winded reading, but yeah, I send you guys much love, and um, just high vibrations, and push, motivate yourself. And if you feel that despair, pray that, like, even if you gotta be like, I don't know, I wouldn't say this, like, whoever's out there listening, because you don't want to call no tricks or spirits or nothing, but like, God, creator, whatever, my so-called answer, like, people are supposed to be out here warring for me spiritually. If y'all can hear me, even if you got to go to that, like, I need you, pull me out of this, I can't do this. And I feel like those are the moments really where we draw closer to the divine or creator, where we really see the power of it, because sometimes we get too caught up in our own way, we get too caught up in our own bubble, that we think that, you know we got to operate off of our own strength, and there's nothing that can help us or save us, or we're just so just too much to help or to heal or to get better, that we just feel like we're a lost cause, and that's not true. If you still have breath in you and you desire for better, then there's still an opportunity for that. And to have better, to live better, to be, live, and have better, it is possible. And if you have to remind yourself when you get up, I have purpose. I have purpose. Even if you feel like you don't know what it is yet, know that you have purpose. If you know that you operate more in your light, or you desire to be a light in this world, you desire to live and be in joy and to spread joy, to spread light, to spread love. You have a purpose. Even if you don't know exactly fully what that looks like and what that is. Again, tell yourself, I have purpose. Until you fully get it in your spirit, I have purpose. Till you break those word curses off of you. Till you break the bubbles of illusions. Those fears no longer engulf you, because when you live in the spirit of fear, you're not in a sound mind, and you're going to attract spirits and people and things that are not of a sound mind. I do get some type of cleansing with water, purification with water. Some of you guys do feel deserted, you feel alone, rejected, or someone is making you pay for this because they feel rejected by you, or they feel like you better not reject me. It's a narcissist again, but you have to choose yourself and what's best for you, because obviously the job you're in, the relationship you're in, the friendship you're in, or whatever, the family situation, the dynamic, you're not happy with it. Or how people are treating you, strangers, whatever, you're not happy with it. Free your mind of these energies. Wipe yourself of any word curses. Set the intention. Any demonic illusions, word curses, even if I place them on myself, whether I open myself up to this willingly or unwillingly, ignorant in my ignorance, in my immaturity, in my confusion, I ask, or I declare, I decree and I declare that my mind is free, forever free of those word curses. Protect your crown chakra, you guys. That my mind is pure, it is clear, it is sound, it is at peace. No matter what is happening in my life, like no matter what it looks like, no matter what anyone says, that I have the peace of knowing who I am and who I was called to be. I speak this over my life. I speak that over my life. Whatever it is, be specific. What it is that you wish to see, if it's peace, if it's joy, happiness, divine discernment. I clear my mind, all workings of my brain, all functions, all cells in my body. I command them to operate in its healthy, divine state. That my mind is functioning properly. I purify and cleanse my mind from any mental, chemical imbalances, from all despair, confusion, illusion, delusion, hallucination, false imaginations. I cast every false imagination and false truths down. Anything that exalts itself against the truth and the knowledge and wisdom of God, that is not of God, that is not of what my divine creator says about me and has for me, I cast it down. And I bring every thought that I have into the obedience. You say Christ, this power, this prayer, this scripture is very powerful. I bring every thought, and if this does not resonate with you, tailor it to what resonates, but I'm going to speak with what resonates with me and what I know to work for me. I cast down all false imaginations, false truths, illusions, delusions, false realities, manipulation, mind tricks, mind spell, witchcraft, and I bring it into the obedience and accordance with Christ or with that of my creator. I pray for a sound mind, for peace that surpasses all understanding. Amen. Shut it down. Shut it down. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against me, thou shalt condemn. For those of you that are servants of the divine, servant of light, that is the heritage. I cast down any weapons formed against me. It shall not prosper. What you fighting against light for? What you fighting against love for? What you fighting against peace for? Oh, because it's a weapon, right? Your weapon, your weapons are formed to stop me, right? You're an enemy. So your weapons might be formed, but they're not going to prosper. Because your darkness is attracted to my light, right? You need my light, right? To live, to thrive. You need that. You feed off of my light, or the lack of me being in my light, or the ignorance of me not knowing my light or who I am. You're feeding off of that. So you feed off of my ignorance, but when I'm in power, I'm a threat to you. Why is that? You got to ask yourself that question. These questions within yourself. These weapons that are formed against me. And I'm saying that I'm in this place of light, and I'm of love, and I want peace, and I want joy, I'm a good person. Why is this happening to me? You got to ask yourself, well, what type of energy would work against that? Must be something that's evil, right? If you truly believe that love casts down all fears, then you got to operate in the place of love and not give into that place, because we've been taught, again, what false love is giving your power away is not love. Dimming your light is not love. People that love you will allow you to be light. They will allow you to thrive. They will allow you to be your happy, authentic self, in your purpose, in your divinity. People that love you, they're not going to allow you to sabotage yourself, play yourself, do anything harmful to yourself. That's the difference. Like, people think that, oh, if you love me, you'll just let me just fuck up in life. Like, not necessarily. At the end of the day, you have free will, but a person that really loves you, they don't want to see you F up, right? But when it's false love, it's like, I'll take it or leave it, but at the same time, you're just as good as I want you to be. And if you're anything greater than that or better than that, then, I don't love you. Or if you don't produce or do something in a certain way or make me feel a certain way, then, oh, I don't love you. Or the false love and false loyalty of, I have to pretend to be something or someone I'm not to make this person feel comfortable and okay. That's not love. And that's actually working against yourself too at the same time. That's self-betrayal, sin, because you're not being authentic and loving towards your own self. So that is one way that you know. People that love you want you to be better and to do better, even if that means that it's without them. Because love is free. You can't hold on to nothing or nobody anyway. Someone's trying to bind you, and this is not a person that loves you. They want to cap you. If you've ever dealt with a man or a woman or a parent that gets jealous because you're doing better, or they try to tell you you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, no man is ever going to want you, no woman is ever going to want to deal with you, you're a bad person, or you're not good enough, blah, blah, blah. That is someone that's trying to cap you. Because people that you feel are not whatever. I can't even, unless you're a asshole, unless you're evil, I can't fix my mouth to say to innocent people or nice people that they ain't shit. Like, I can't imagine myself telling a child that they're stupid or they're ugly or that they're never going to be shit. Like, I don't know how people can talk to kids like that. I can't even fix myself to say that to or even a person, a decent, loving person. I can't imagine myself saying that to someone. Like, it's like bullying. And as they say, hurt people hurt people. But I can't even imagine myself saying that to somebody. I've said hurtful things out of anger, like, as we all have, I'm sure, but like people that ain't did nothing to you, they just mind their business. I can't imagine myself doing that to somebody. Just bothering people. I can't imagine it. So I don't understand how we don't get it sometimes, that how we're being treated is a form of abuse and it's not love. And a person that's coming against other people or bullying people, harassing people, it's not a person of love. They're not coming from a place of light. So why would I give in to that type of energy anyway? Like, why give it a voice? Why give it any attention? You know what I mean? So that's all I have to say. With that was a long reading, but I feel like that needed to be said, and we're going to leave it there. Whoever this is meant for, I pray that it assists you and it helps you. Yeah. You're not going to pay. You're not here to pay for someone's disliking of you, jealousy of you, displeasing of you because you didn't do what they wanted you to do, or you weren't who they wanted you to be, or you didn't fall for their tricks, or you didn't submit, or you're no longer submitting, or because of their own trauma and pain or whatever they got going on. You're not responsible for that. So you got, number one, you have to free yourself from that prison that you did something wrong. And that's something that I've carried since I was a child. What did I do wrong? When you're dealing with some type of abuse, or in relationships, or when you're being attacked, it's like, what did I do wrong? What happened? Why did I allow this to happen? Was it because of something that I did? Was it something I said? And you start checking yourself. And yeah, it's always good to take accountability and like check yourself and make sure that, you weren't in the wrong about something, so that you can correct it, or that, if you need to, confront or make peace or apologize to someone, you're in the place of that, or you start off with forgiving yourself. But if you know that you didn't do anything wrong, intentionally or unintentionally, you gotta ask yourself, is this coming from my form of trauma, where I'm victim blaming myself because of the abuser? Gotta make sure it's not coming from that place either. Then it goes into, well, I'm not responsible for how that person feels, or their anger. Like, I'm a target of their anger, but what, I don't deserve that. Like, so you're not carrying the cross for other people's mess. Sometimes it does require you like walking away from situations, cutting people off, or just simply not paying it any more mental attention anymore. Because some of these things are like, people and things are no longer actively in your life. But for some of you, it is some type of energy still working, or setting these negative intentions for you, whether they're actually doing like physical spell work, or they're just simply thinking certain things and directing it towards you, because mental power is very powerful, especially when you're constantly thinking about something or someone with those intentions of harm or hatefulness and jealousy. But that's not your problem. What people think of you is not your problem. A lot of times, too, I don't mean to keep this going because this should be done right now, but a lot of times we hold ourselves hostage because of the very thought of what people think about us. And that's not fair to yourself. If somebody's allowing me to just run rent free in their mind and all of that, like I'm just running habit, like um, just sitting and chilling in the seat of this person's mind, that is their choice. But it's also your choice too, whether you allow someone to just sit in your mind and just live rent free there as well, because you have the power to say, no, I'm no longer giving my power away to this or this person, and shut that thought down. You have to take your power back in a way, not to say that it's just going to just happen overnight, but where you say to yourself, where you make that declaration that enough is enough. And Spirit will lead you through the process within itself to free yourself of these things and these people and these thoughts and these situations. But it has to start with your intention as well. You can't lay down and just allow this to happen, because that's what that spirit wants, is for you to just be like, oh, I just give up, and give into what they're trying to manifest. You have a whole destiny to manifest. They're stupid if they, I mean, in some cases, some people might just give it up, but some people don't have, like, spirit won't even allow that. Like, nah, I'm gonna let you, like, lie down for a second and cry and have a little pity party, but it's only for so long, because no, you got more to do. You got stuff to do. You cannot be in this energy. You cannot let the enemy win. And you are not doing this by yourself. In hindsight, you're not. Even if you're physically alone or you feel like you're alone, you're really not. I pray that someone is touched in a way that spirit moves and lifts them up, breathes life back into someone that feels lifeless right now, or this message breathes life back into somebody right now that feels hopeless and feels stuck and in fear. Remove that fear and take your power back. Take your power back. Because these demons, they're going to continue to play dirty out here. It's getting real out here. It's like The Walking Dead. Like, it's getting real. You got to protect yourself. And like I said, it's not for you to get in a place of fear, because those dark energies feed off of fear and ignorance. But there's so much beautiful energy that awaits, because that was the opening message where I shared that dream that I had. Is the beautiful energy. The lighter you are in that childlike energy, the more free. That percentage was going down. It's because it's like, kind of like when you're cleaning out a computer and it has like a certain level of percentage. You're cleaning out different levels of programming so that you can be renewed and refreshed. You have to deprogram yourself, and it's that childlike energy, that light, that peace. That is our natural state. That is who we are. That is our purest form. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Much love as always. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next reading, peace.